Nick Kerdiles admitted he's had to bite his tongue lately. This comes amid his split from Savannah Chrisley. The on and off couple secretly ended their relationship earlier this year. At the time, Nick dropped a hint that it was over. Meanwhile, Savannah has been flaunting her newly single self. She's been dressing more provocatively lately. Her latest Instagram post sounded like an online dating profile. The Chrisley Knows best star is back to posting bikini photos and flaunting her figure. Nick is trying to bite his tongue with the way his ex has been acting on social media lately. As TV shows Ace previously reported, Savannah Chrisley plans to spill the tea about her split from Nick Kerdiles. She wants to share more about her personal life. Savannah has been busy with her beauty brand, Sassy by Savannah Chrisley. However, she wants to get back to her Chrisley Confessions podcast. Nothing will be left off the table. Last week, Savannah took to Instagram to share a photo of herself embracing her inner cowgirl. She hinted to her fans that she will be spilling the tea in the upcoming season of her podcast. On Wednesday, April 20, the reality star shared a photo of herself wearing a baby blue jacket, which she paired with a white t-shirt and jeans. No blue moods allowed, Savannah Chrisley warned before adding, "Getting my podcast up and running this summer. Give me some name suggestions. I will be spilling LLL. The tea. This will be dedicated to my personal life, struggles, beauty, relationships, past boyfriends, etc. It's gonna get juicy. This summer is going to be a hot one for the newly single star." Savannah wants to talk about past boyfriends and relationships. Does this mean she will be sharing what led up to her split with Nick Kerdiles? In March, he suggested that she was the one who called it quits instead of spilling the tea. Nick Kerdiles is keeping his feelings to himself. On Sunday, April 24, he snapped a car selfie. Savannah's ex looked happy. He wore a gray t-shirt with a white baseball cap. He playfully bit his tongue. "I think I've taken the bite your tongue figure of speech a little too literal," Nick Kerdiles wrote in the caption. But on a real note, "It's been a month of having to bite my tongue, so it's to be expected." Nick Kerdiles' smile had the girls falling in love with him. Most of them took to the comment section to comment on it. Others suggested helping him bite his tongue. One fan wondered if Nick was talking about his relationship with Savannah. What are your thoughts on Nick Kerdiles' Instagram post? Do you think he's trying to bite his tongue about his ex? Do you think he should share what's on his mind? Sound off below in the comment section. Check back with TV shows Ace for more news on Nick Kerdiles. Channel Adams is a reality TV addict. She's been writing about entertainment and pop culture since 2006-7. When she's not writing about television, she reflects on early aughts culture on Substack. Nick Kerdiles says he's had to bite his tongue lately. The journey of patience and growth. Nick Kerdiles, a name familiar to many hockey enthusiasts, has had his fair share of ups and downs both on and off the ice. Once a highly touted prospect in the NHL, Kerdiles has seen his career take unexpected turns. As someone who once seemed destined for greatness in the professional hockey world, his path hasn't been as linear as he or his supporters might have hoped. In recent interviews and public statements, Kerdiles has expressed that, at times, he's had to bite his tongue, an expression of restraint that, in his case, symbolizes much more than mere silence. It's a metaphor for patience, growth, and the journey towards self-discovery, even when external expectations and personal ambitions collide. Nick Kerdiles' career began with much fanfare. Drafted by the Anaheim Ducks in 2012, Kerdiles entered the league with a clear goal: to make an impact. He had shown promise in junior leagues, earning recognition for his scoring ability, his solid two-way play, and his leadership qualities. But like many athletes with big dreams, the road to the top isn't always as smooth as one might hope. There are obstacles, injuries, changes in team dynamics, and shifts in personal growth that can alter even the most carefully planned trajectories. Kerdiles' NHL debut was a momentous occasion. It marked the realization of a dream for the young forward. But what followed wasn't the seamless transition into stardom that many would expect. Instead, he found himself battling for consistency, struggling to maintain a place on the roster, and adjusting to the intense demands of the professional game. These early challenges are nothing unusual in the life of a young athlete, but they certainly aren't easy to swallow. For many players, the experience of being on the bubble, just one call-up or demotion away from the bright lights of the big leagues, can be frustrating. Yet Kerdiles, despite the difficulties, resilience has shown. His statement about having to bite his tongue recently speaks volumes about his ability to process his feelings, keep his frustrations in check, and navigate the roller coaster ride of professional sports without letting his emotions cloud his judgment. But what exactly does it mean when Kerdiles says he's had to bite his tongue lately? In this case, it's more than just a comment about holding back from speaking out in frustration. It's a reflection of a deeper internal battle that Kerdiles has faced as he's grown both as a person and as an athlete. The challenge of patience. Athletes, particularly those in team sports like hockey, are often put in situations where their skills are judged on the basis of their performance in high-pressure moments. A missed shot, a bad pass, or even a split-second hesitation can lead to criticism, while a good play is only expected, often without much acknowledgement. For a player like Kerdiles, who has seen his share of ups and downs in the NHL, patience becomes not just a virtue but a necessity. In a sport as fast-paced as hockey, where decisions are made in the blink of an eye and every play is magnified, waiting for the right opportunities to shine can be maddening. But Kerdiles' recognition that he has had to hold back, even when his emotions may have pushed him to speak out, reveals a level of maturity. Rather than reacting impulsively or outwardly expressing his frustrations, he's chosen to reflect and exercise restraint. This speaks to his evolution not just as a player, but as an individual navigating the complexities of life and sports. Patience in hockey isn't just about waiting for your turn to shine on the ice. It's about learning to control your emotions and expectations, understanding that success isn't always immediate. For Kerdiles, who's spent significant time in the AHL with the San Diego Gulls, bouncing back and forth between leagues, it must have been difficult to watch others rise while he remained in a more limited role. But his decision to bite his tongue suggests that he's embraced the idea that patience, hard work, and persistence are integral parts of the process. The weight of external expectations in athletes' journey is often colored by external expectations, both from fans and the media. These expectations can weigh heavily on a player's psyche, especially when they don't align with reality. For Kerdiles, who was once heralded as a future NHL star, the weight of unfulfilled expectations may have been particularly hard to bear. He entered the professional hockey world with the promise of high skill, but as injuries and inconsistent play took their toll, the spotlight that once shined brightly on him dimmed. In situations like this, it can be tempting to lash out, to blame external factors, or even to criticize the system that has failed to recognize your talent. Yet Kerdiles has chosen a different path. Rather than voice his frustrations in the face of disappointment, he's instead chosen to remain composed. This decision, while perhaps challenging in the moment, demonstrates a level of self-awareness that many athletes struggle to cultivate. The constant scrutiny of a player's career, especially one who had been hyped so much early on, can lead to feelings of resentment. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and Kerdiles' decision to bite his tongue indicates that he's been working hard to walk that line. He understands the value of maintaining professionalism and keeping a calm demeanor, even when things don't go according to plan. Growth beyond the ice. Kerdiles' ability to bite his tongue doesn't only apply to the hockey rink. It reflects his overall growth as a person. The emotional and mental challenges of navigating a professional sports career are taxing. But Kerdiles has used these experiences to cultivate resilience and patience. He's acknowledged that the path to success is not always linear, and sometimes the lessons learned off the ice are just as important as the skills honed on it. The notion of biting one's tongue can be seen as a metaphor for growth and self-discipline. It's about making the conscious choice to pause, reflect, and act with intention rather than reacting impulsively. For Kerdiles, who has faced numerous setbacks in his career, Learning to hold back from expressing frustration is not just about controlling his temper. It's about channeling his energy into positive growth. Kerdiles has also used his platform to advocate for mental health, shedding light on the struggles that athletes face behind the scenes. The pressure to perform, the physical toll of constant competition, and the emotional burden of not living up to expectations can take a significant toll on a person's well-being. Kerdiles' statement about biting his tongue is a powerful reminder that athletes are not just physical specimens, they are human beings with feelings, struggles, and personal challenges. In his interviews,